What's going on, dude?
What is happening?
Man, I am so happy to have you on here today. This is actually going to be fun. For my community, I just want to introduce you to one of my really, really good buddies, Justin Colby. He's going to be coming and speaking with us on November 16th at our Greater Orlando RIA meeting down in Altamonte Springs at the Sihle Insurance Center. So it's next Thursday, November 16th. This is going to be great. I'm glad to have him here, but let me go ahead and introduce him. So Justin, you're flying all the way in from South Florida to pour into my community. Is that right?
That is it. That far journey from South Florida to Central Florida.
Well, you used to live on the other coast. So anytime that you just moved over to the East Coast. So anytime you're over here and you're able to, stop in, it's a real treat for us. I know you were here maybe like a year or two ago. You came in and absolutely crushed the meeting with the amount of content and information that you gave. So I'm really excited to have you back.
Yeah, dude, I'm fired up. You have an incredible community. They're engaged. They ask a lot of questions. There's a lot of doers there at the Orlando RIA, dude. So I'm excited to be speaking to all of them.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. What are you going to be speaking about when you come over to the meeting? Like, can you give me a little insight on what you'll be presenting on?
Yeah, I think, a lot of people find the challenge in the market to be the interest rates and lack of inventory, but I'm still actively buying 2 to 5 properties for my own purposes each week and wholesaling another 5 to 15 a month. And so I just want to make sure people understand there are simple ways and strategies to stay active in the space. Like interest rates aren't the end all be all. Just because there's low inventory, it's not the end all be all. There's very systemized strategies that after 20 years. And I know that I want to try to help impress upon your community that you can go do a deal a month if you're a newbie, or you could do a deal a week. It's very viable as long as there's a process. So I just want to help show that strategy out while I'm with your tribe.
That sounds awesome, man. I love it, love it, love it. Let me ask you this. What's one of the biggest challenges you see nowadays investors having?
Yeah, I think it's the mindset around the economy. It's the mindset around interest rates being high. It's the mindset around lack of inventory. Those are real. They're not fake. But if you actually do the work, there are deals out there. I just showed you my CRM, right? I think I literally
Yep.
it's as we record, it's 11:30 in the morning, and I've already brought 30 direct to seller leads into my CRM. I just showed you that. This is real. Like whoever is watching this, whether you are a newbie or you're seasoned, you can always get deals. Is how you're finding them, how are you analyzing them, and then what is your exit strategy? And if you know those three things, you're going to be able to wholesale it or flip it or even keep it as a rental. Yes, I know interest rates are higher, but you can make it happen when you have a buy box. Like I have a buy box. It's just math. And so I think a lot of this is mindset around what's really going on in the trenches, what I know. There are deals there to get, and I want to be able to show them how to do it.
Absolutely. I love it. Nope, that's going to be great. I think it's exactly what the community needs. Let me ask you this. If you could give investors one piece of advice, I don't want to give it away, but if you can give them one piece of advice as you're getting started, or if you're in this game, what piece of advice would you give them?
Know your buy box or know your buyer's buy box. I say that because like in my community at the Science of Flipping, I give my members my actual buy box. So as I tell you, I buy 2 to 5 properties a week, me buying them, and they know what my buy box is. And even if I'm not the buyer and they're close, they know someone probably locally would buy it as a wholesaler. Now, if you have your own buy box and you're your own flipper or you're looking to buy more rentals, then you should have your own buy box on what makes sense for you. And you need to calculate, hey, I might get an 8.5% interest loan if I'm going to make this a long-term rental. Then just do the math, right? And so if you guys can know that, whether you're a wholesaler looking to find a buyer, understand their true buy box, or even if you are the buyer, have a buy box. It'll remove the noise so you can just go focus on getting an actual deal versus a deal.
Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely. That's exactly what people need. I feel like the riches are in the niches. So like if you get niche down, figure out what your, strategy is and get disciplined with that, then you have a great opportunity to really do well in this business. Let me ask you this last question. Why is it important for people to come out and come see you in person on Thursday, November 16th at our group in Altamonte Springs? Why is it important?
There's two big reasons. Your hair and my lack of hair. That's it. We got all the flow with you. I got none of the flow. All jokes aside, listen, this real estate economy is going to last probably another 12 months, maybe 24. I just spoke to my loan broker who's refining me out on some of my longer term rentals. Probably interest rates are going to go up again before the year's over, is what he's thinking. I'm thinking the same. Unemployment, though, is raising. You guys really need to know what's happening. How does Lawrence after 20 years, or how does Justin after 16 years, how are we navigating and still doing deals when many of the newbies are just like lost in the sauce? There's too much confusion. There's too many opinions out there. I would tell all of you, you have an incredible leader in Lawrence. Follow him. And then I'm going to help echo what he's doing, because deals are there even in this economy. So make sure this is going to be a big one, because it's going to be kind of ending the year. And so you can go into 2024, the right way with an actual strategy versus just, throwing it against the wall and watching a bunch of YouTube and listening to a bunch of podcasts. This will deliver some strategy.
Dude, you literally nailed it. There's never been a more important time to be associated with a community that's talking this business that you're trying to do or that you're in, to understand what's currently happening. How do you make the right pivots? What's working? What's not working? Whenever it's easy, that isn't the time to come be a part of the community. It's when, things are a little bit more challenging, where you need to go ahead and figure out how do you move efficiently, properly, and make sure that you're not putting yourself in harm's way and you're taking advantage of the current market. So, and the one thing that we always say is you can always win in real estate. Just depends on what side of the transaction you're on. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for making this trip up here in a few days, and it's going to be super good. So I look forward to seeing you soon, bud.
Let's go.